Hello and welcome, everybody, once again to the We're Already There podcast.
Hello, fellow bipedal simians.
Boop, boop, boo!
Nice to hear you all.
This is our sixth edition of the We're Already There podcast. Tonight we're going to be diving into the issue of
The shooting.
just
the bigger picture.
Society, and specifically American society, and why we shoot each other so much. This isn't just in reference to the most recent school shootings or the absurd number of school shootings that we've had this year in the 47 days now of this year, but the amount that the police, the people who are supposed to be protecting us, are also shooting us.
There's a lot of shooting.
Americans like to shoot each other.
Yeah, we're into it.
Why is that?
I have like a metaphysical answer to that kind of. Like, it's not really like a legit answer, but like if you are like mentally unhealthy, you get caught in a loop. Like your brain just like keeps like, if you're, get panic attacks, let's say, you will, if you have a bunch, you'll continue to have them because your brain gets like in a traumatized loop. And that, to me, that's just like, humans definitely are individuals, but we also kind of act like an organism, like a singular
Definitely,
organism.
yeah.
That's where this gets fuzzy. So it's like, as a singular organism, not the entire humanity, but United States, we're stuck in this traumatic loop. And
I could see that.
the solution isn't taking anything away or putting anything to it, or adding anything, like taking anything away from society or adding anything to society. We really have to dissect and address like the mental health issue, like not even the mental health issue, just the issue. We need
the issue that is leading us to this mental health loop.
We need like a good dosage of like psilocybin mushrooms over a couple days to neurogenesis and just recreate those neural pathways to not shoot at people all the goddamn time, especially in schools. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, because that's where people should be safe, where they're going to learn, where we're sculpting the hearts and minds that will guide this country into the future. If they don't feel safe there, like, that's a huge issue, because we need an educated populace. And if people fear institutions of education because they have to worry for their lives, like, that isn't the beginning or the perpetuation of a healthy society.
No, it's like that. We can't have a continuity of society with everyone being so afraid.
Not just afraid of people shooting, afraid of losing their jobs, afraid of not being able to afford to continue to live where they are. Just a general sense of fear, which we see being perpetuated through the media. And it's up to everybody in their own individual sense to regulate what media they are taking in. But some things are definitely unavoidable. They, like we were talking about, they run news at gas stations. Now, if you get gas, you have to actively try to ignore bombardment of advertisements and news. And you see covers of magazines, newspapers everywhere. And on the top, it's also always tragedy. It's not like, oh, new avocado orchard open for public use. Like, you don't see that kind of thing. It's like, oh, new avocado orchard burned to the ground by avocado-hating anarchists. Like,
those are like the worst people in the world. Anyone who hates avocados would burn them down.
This is something I actually did see, which I just don't understand. I don't understand how someone could have so much hate for something that is so necessary. But there was a beehive that was attacked. There are beehives.
Yeah.
Like, people pour gasoline or diesel fuel all over a bunch of beehives to just ruin the honey that was there and kill the queen, so the hive couldn't even in any way recover. Why? Like, that is so hateful.
That's what I'm saying. There's something like our psyche, our collective psyche. I hate to use that word, but I think there's some validity to it. Our collective psyche is just like in a panic mode. We're overstimulated, afraid, angry, and like we were saying before, like think about how much time kids these days spend interacting with each other through video games. Like I've done a lot of that. I don't do it as much obviously anymore, but like going to college and stuff, like yeah, we played a ton of Halo and like my interaction, yeah, Call of Duty,
Mortal
whatever
Kombat,
it was. Yeah, it's like our interactions are through an avatar against somebody else.
Like how big freaking Grand Theft Auto is, and all you do in Grand Theft Auto is go around and murder people and blow stuff up. And like,
yeah, it's so much fun. It's incredible. I loved Halo and I love Call of Duty. They're so much fun, but like that has to be damaging the psyche of like people growing up, because what happens when they get angry at someone in real life? They're so used to taking out aggression with violence on somebody else, but it's through an avatar. But eventually you can have that disconnect. It's like where it doesn't matter anymore. Like I can still, like, what does this feel like in real life? Now I want the next step. We all get addicted to shit. We get addicted to being angry at somebody online, killing them, getting killed, being super angry, and then you get into real life and
you've got all this pent up aggression that you don't have a healthy outlet for. You're not really sure what's going on.
Yeah.
And then that's when you end up getting things like kids going into schools and shooting each other, because that's how, instead of going and just yelling at everybody, they feel that they have to go to the most extreme way to get out whatever's inside them, and that's to start shooting people.
Yeah, because not only are you used to killing people, you're used to dying constantly in video games, and your avatar dying, and like, anyone who doesn't have a good grip on reality, it just seems so easy to slip over a little too far and bring that violence to reality, because you're perpetuating it. It's like some kids will play like 6 to 8 hours a day of video games. Like that's gotta cause a problem.
Some grown people.
Yeah, no, not just kids, but
some
like
adults.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Some people play more.
Yeah.
Some people will dive deep into those fictional worlds, only surface to do whatever it is that they have to do, and then go back.
Yeah, and so but then you get trapped, and you need like an outlet, like you were saying, and you fucking shoot up a school. But that's why I just like I don't feel like this issue is a gun issue. This is like a human issue. This is a society issue. I just get scared
totally
at the
agree.
thought
Yeah.
of removing something from society just because it can do bad things, especially as something as powerful as weapons. Like it or not, weapons have made massive changes in the world. It's like they're not good or bad. They're just something. They're a catalyst for something, good or bad. And like the idea of a disarmed populace scares me.
Yes.
And I'm not. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just that kind of regulation. Just the more we allow our lives to be regulated in whatever way it might be. Although, as we were talking earlier, I'm definitely a proponent of some sort of a fair way of establishing population control. Because procreation, although part of our biology, I don't know if it's necessarily a human right to be able to procreate.
I second that. I really second that. Like we were saying, like the biggest problems we face in the next 50 years is water, resources, places to live. Like there's too many of us. So let's address that problem. And maybe regulating who can have children. Like not, just doing it in a government fashion where it's like it's only 30% effective, really. Still a bunch, like 70% of the people who shouldn't be procreating are still going to get by.
Yeah.
But something at least. So there's 30% less children in foster care or who aren't being paid attention to or who are, kids like this Cruz kid. Let's take them out of society. Let's figure out how to avoid having people like that.
To stop creating potentially psychopathic people.
Yeah.
Idiocracy really hit the nail on the head in this particular subject because in the big opening scenes, it addresses how people who are not as well educated or don't aspire to get better educated, continuing to procreate, and then creating offspring who have these same ideals and don't want to continue to become educated and just are okay with a certain level of education. And then those are the people being proliferated, and those are the Nicholas Cruzes of the world. Those are the
Columbine shooters, the Donald Trumps, the whatever. He had to slip in here somehow. So yeah, I mean, this gun thing, like we're saying, it's like we're not talking about guns. We're not talking about direct things. It's more of like I'm talking about the human psyche. You're talking about reducing the population. It's like these solutions are way more complex than just removing something.
Not even necessarily directly reducing the population as much as reducing the increase of the population.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like reducing the population like over time. Like we start instituting things that stop. So like if there's 30% less people being born, there's 30% more resources going to children who are in foster care. So people who do end up there. I'm not talking about eliminating any class of people at all. I'm talking about just kind of toning it down and giving the people who need the foster care more attention and resources for that foster care. So less kids like this slip through the cracks. School shootings go back to 1840. Like recorded school shootings go back to 1840. After World War II, shit kind of changed a bit because then there was like these mass school shootings. And like I've talked about the weird transition in humanity or America after World War II. Like I say in the 50s and 60s, like some weird shit happened. But school shootings go back that far. It's just something we do. We shoot at each other. And Americans especially. We fucking get down with the gun.
Americans love guns. That's no lie there. Like, for as long as America's been a country, America's loved its guns. Guns helped us get our freedom from England.
That's it, but it's also in our, like, it's only been, 200 and whatever years since America's been a country. Like, America was founded on, like, gnarly-ass motherfuckers who went out to the frontiers and killed Native Americans and shot every single buffalo and grew a grip of corn and just was drunk on whiskey all the fucking time and, went to the gold rush. And, like, it was America was built by like grunty-ass people. And... like, not built from, like, they were that's still in our psyche.
Pioneers of the country.
Is still in us, I believe. That's so ingrained in us.
That's why we've got teams like the Raiders and the 49ers and the Patriots. How ingrained that ideology is into our society.
So, people are violent as fuck. Homo sapiens are violent. Americans are even more violent. So, let's deal with that. That's okay.
That's why we have American football, a sport where people just constantly are smashing into each other. Like, okay, we want to just see people hit each other and try to move across a field while they hit each other. Football. Like, wait, what's the name of that game that all the other countries like? Football? Okay, let's use that one, but spell it differently. How many times did people use their feet in the game? Like 8? Oh, cool. So the thing that happens least in the game, we're going to name it after that? Yep. All right, cool. Super American. Football.
Well, on the topic of sports, this is kind of crazy, but I talk about it a lot. Like, and it could address, like, our fucked up psyche that we're still a kind of a violent people. Like, let's bring back gladiator fights. Or, like, have the Hunger Games.
People
can
with
volunteer. Like, this motherfucker could have gotten his jollies off doing that. Like, I'm going to go to the fucking thing in the Hunger Games, whatever you want to call it, and just let them go do that. Like, I feel like that's pretty effective.
It's part of my presidential platform. We allow inmates in prisons who are on death row to fight each other to the death.
Yeah, or just anybody.
Yeah, no, but then you sell tickets, and then if you have open contenders come in, they sign a waiver if that's what they want to do.
Yeah, was like 12 when I heard George Carlin talk about this. Like, bring back the gladiator fights. Think about the money in advertising. The revenue is going to be generated.
Oh my god!
It's going to
Gladiator
be a huge
fights
sport.
brought to you by Red Bull.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And Monster Energy, like
new shit will be
motocross.
created. Yeah, like, there'll be motocross shows in the beginning where they motocross to the death
Pete's,
as well.
Pete's blood ponchos.
Yes.
If you want to be super up close, make sure to grab one of Pete's extra slick blood ponchos. Keeps your clothes dry, keeps the blood off.
And what a noble sport. Like, I don't know. It's
And
just,
people would be less likely to want to go kill other people if they could go somewhere and watch how savage it is for people to die.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's let humanity expose ourselves to ourselves. That's a part of us.
We are very detached in so many ways. Like, when someone's dying, they take them to the hospital. And, like, they put him over in a thing.
Yeah.
And we don't know what is really out there. Like, we inadvertently are supporting our troops battling in other countries, but we don't know what it means to have a war on our own soil. America is lucky enough to not had a foreign power that they've battled on their own soil since the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, and that's not in our psyche either. Like, we'll fucking shoot ourselves because, like, trigger happy because we don't really know the gravity of what happens when it hits you get hit back. You know, we haven't gotten that really. Ugh, I hope it doesn't happen, but like, yeah, a little bit, like Pearl Harbor, okay, and then 9/11, and like a few other things, but that's just enough to get us into new wars. Like, that's not nothing really happened.
People would
something happened, of course, but I mean, like, nothing compared to like living in Syria right now or Libya, like. Or living in Bosnia during that whole fucking thing, or, you know, Lebanon or Israel at certain times. Like, we don't know what it's like to be hit, so we seem to be a little more trigger happy.
Mm-hmm. A little far more likely to push the button because we don't know what happens on the other side. Like that whole like the Harvard, was it a Harvard study with the prisoners? They had the prisoners and the guards, and so they didn't necessarily tell them what to do. They just gave them roles. They're like, okay, you're going to be the guards, you're going to be the prisoners. And they fell into this, like, the people who were the guards started to look down on the people who were the prisoners. And we are in that guard's position, and we don't have the perspective of being a prisoner. So we're just like, oh yeah, do it. Like, just like Tinder, people, oh yeah, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right. Like, that's our part of our collective psyche, our collective psychology in dealing with things.
Pull the trigger.
Yeah, pull the trigger.
Clint Eastwood, you know?
Bang, bang, pow, pow, shoot him up.
Whatever, what's the other guy? John
Wayne?
John Wayne. Like, that's so America. So let's, you know. Like,
fireworks.
That's not the America
explosions.
Yeah, it's like
rock and roll.
Yeah, we celebrate. Well, every country well, not every country, but a lot of countries celebrate celebrations with fireworks.
Yeah.
But I don't know if, you know, 4th of July we light fireworks to represent the war that
the
happened.
bombs bursting.
Yeah, like, we celebrate war. Like, no other countries do too. But like we were saying, we haven't been hit back, so we don't appreciate it as much.
Closest thing for us would be Pearl Harbor. And Hawaiians know. They understand. They even just recently had a nice, delightful reminder because bad software or something like that.
Yeah. Just
slip of the finger. Whoops, sorry guys. No. You're not being bombed. It's cool. Don't worry. Like chill.
The alert that said this isn't an alert, or the alert that said this isn't a drill. Actually, yeah, sorry, that was kind of just a drill.
Fuck that. Yeah. Fucked up. Can you believe it? Yeah, I can believe it.
But yeah, just monkeys with weapons. That's all we are.
Yeah, well, we're just monkeys on a rock flying through space.
Yeah.
Pretending that we're something more sophisticated than that.
Bipedal simians with nukes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's fine. That's good. But we're so much more than that. But that's still a part of us.
We can use words
So-
and we can make them up. It doesn't mean we know how to use them.
Yeah. So let's just bring back the gladiator fights.
Gladiator fights?
uh,
I'm up for gladiator fights.
yeah, or something like that. Just some societal release.
Even just American Gladiator. Can we just bring that show back?
I mean,
That show.
yeah, sure, but like, I don't know.
It's not the same. No, it's not the same.
That's like the softcore version of what I'm talking about. It's like you can
It's
let
the
the little
diet
kids,
version.
Yeah, it's like the kids.
Gluten-free, vegan version of it. It's the PC version of what we're talking about. Even then, some of those people would be up in arms about people fighting with pillows on sticks. They'd be like, no, because then kids would want to hit each other with sticks with pillows.
Yeah, they already fucking do. So let them learn to wrap the pillow around the stick instead of hit you with the stick, or let them hit the fuck out of each other in boxing. Like make them go to boxing class so they don't bring a gun to school and take it out that way. Like regulate video games. I don't know.
Or
Like maybe that's what we have to do. I don't like the idea. No, I don't like that idea. Never mind. Never mind. I don't play video games, but like
take it back. Never mind.
We shouldn't regulate. Well, we should regulate guns, but we shouldn't regulate video games. And okay, I want to talk about the gun regulation thing. I want to bring it back to where we, the shooting and everything.
Okay.
We were talking about this before, and we were agreeing. Like, just because you don't think guns should be outright banned doesn't mean you're against regulation.
Exactly.
But let's be real smart about this, because like I said, I'm extremely scared of a populace that's disarmed. Like that doesn't sound like a good idea, and I don't think I need to explain why. And if you think it's okay that we're entirely disarmed, you're fucking stupid and you live in a fantasy world. Like that's not reality. Sorry. Look anywhere else in the world, what's happening? We need thought of a disarmed populace scares me, or the thought of the government disarming its populace is like that's a sign of something really bad about to happen. But it doesn't mean that if you want to buy an AR-15, you shouldn't have to have a 10-day waiting period, or a 20-day waiting period, or a 6-month waiting period.
And definitely, in pretty intense psychological screening,
yearly, yearly psychological screening. Every year you want to own that gun, you have to get a psych test.
That should definitely be part of whatever license system you have to that kind of firearm, like annual psychological updates. In the same way that once you get to a certain age, you have to go back and make sure you can still have your driver's license. You should go back and just be like, okay, yeah, can you still have that gun? Like, are you still cool with having that gun? Like, did you get real mad at somebody in this past year and now you're a little unstable and maybe you shouldn't have that gun anymore? Like, we've got to find ways of keeping guns out of the hands of people who are putting videos of themselves cutting themselves on social media.
Yeah, like that's you don't get the gun this year.
Yeah,
or ever.
You got like now you have 3 years where you could try to get your shit together, or maybe no years,
Yeah, something. Can't come up with that, but that's like rational gun control, and it seems like the conversation on gun control is not rational. It's either like that video we were watching before of that high school girl who was she was very passionate, and I don't want to talk shit on it, but like it wasn't addressing any issues. It was just extremely emotional response saying like fuck you Trump and ban all guns, and it's like just hold on a second. You should be emotional. Like I don't want to be cruel, but
it was.
You're not saying anything. You're not coming up. You're not having a rational discussion. Like it's not a rationally good idea to disarm the populace.
But I'm not sure if she was exactly saying that all guns should be banned, but she was just asking for a conversation to be started and efforts to be started that actually come to some sort of solution, as opposed to tragedy after tragedy happening, people complaining, and then nothing.
Yeah.
But although she didn't put forth any sort of concrete it would be good if this happened with this, and if you did this, you don't get this. But that's not her. She's distraught. She just went through a tragedy. She survived this insanity and came out the other side a completely changed person.
And I don't have a problem with what you're absolutely right. Like, I agree with you. That's what I was saying. I don't want to talk shit on her because I totally understand where she's coming from. I know she just wants something to happen. But I don't like the fact that that's the video that was on CNN or BBC, whatever that was. Like, that fanatic, angry voice shouldn't be the voice for change. That's what I'm saying. We should have someone like, don't be so passionate. If you want to make change, don't start crying. Like, I know how cruel that sounds. But and there should be people like her talking, but there should be other voices out there. It's just that the gun control, there's too many fanatics on either side. And there's this, like, I don't know if this applies, but there's a Sicilian saying, like, when people are fighting in a room, the devil just starts spinning. So when people are just being totally irrational, anything can happen. And it's not good for anybody. The devil spinning just means, like, he's just fucking everybody.
Working on all sides.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want to see more, like, unfortunately, you see more of the right being more rational about gun control. I watched something else from somebody, I don't remember his name, but it was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, we don't ban cars. They kill way more people than guns. We don't ban doctors because they kill way more people than guns. Like, we don't do those things because it's not like cars aren't inherently bad or good. It's like if you fuck up with a car, you're going to kill someone. If you fuck up with a gun, you're going to kill somebody. It's not inherently bad.
Well, yeah, neither is gas. Like, we could put gas in cars, but you could also start a fire with gas.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to just don't take away stuff from people. That's just a scary notion.
And nuclear stuff. Nuclear could be a bomb, and nuclear could also be a source of power.
Yeah, exactly. But
just because they killed millions of people doesn't mean we get rid of nuclear power. Like,
yeah, exactly. Because a non-rational, more pragmatic approach, or a non-rational approach would be like, the nukes went off, never nuclear power again. Cut off all nuclear power, ban it all. But it's like, hold on. Like, it's not good or bad. We just have to know what we're doing and be very smart about it. And it's like, throwing the baby out with the bathwater, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we're still learning, we're still evolving. We don't have all the answers right now. We need to implement things that will let us learn and get better. Like, don't sell fucking 18-year-olds AR-15s.
It's true, yeah.
Don't throw nuclear bombs at people. Don't not take care of your nuclear reactors.
It's like we've only had guns for so long. Like, right now, do we have an issue with swords? Do we have an issue with bows and arrows? No. Because we've had those things for much longer than we've had guns. But for whatever reason, we can't just, like, figure that shit out and be like, okay, yeah. Like, we don't just give people these knives. We don't just give people these bows and arrows. But it seems that the wrong people are continuously getting guns.
Or it's not even that the wrong people. There's just a lot of people have guns. Also, you know what stops a lot of fucking shootings?
You're going to say people with guns?
People with guns. I know I don't like that argument, but it's just...
What else starts a lot of shootings?
Guns.
Metal detectors?
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, I've spent a lot of time in Israel, and there's so many armed people. And yeah, there's violence, but, like, as soon as someone starts fucking up, like, there's less of an incentive to start shooting at people. That's why they don't do that. They have to do more messed up things, like bombs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what will happen here, I guess, if everyone starts getting armed. Like, the next school shooter will just be a school bomber. Like, shit will just escalate. So the problem isn't the tools. The problem is us.
Well, they during Columbine, they had pipe bombs.
Yeah. Damn. It's always going to escalate. Like,
it's been somewhat de-escalating in the sense of that level of severity, but it's becoming more isolated. Like, it's not like it was like a group of people like back then. Like, most of these are just like one person, one angry person.
Yeah. But you have a point there, like, that's kind of scary. Like, thank God people aren't using explosives. But why not? That's what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast. We're kind of stuck in a traumatic loop. It's not about killing classmates. It's about reenacting like this video game thing, or just getting out this like it's not. Everyone's doing the same thing. They're showing up with assault rifles or pistols and shooting everybody. They're not actually like this is fucked up, like locking people in classrooms and starting fires. Like it's like I said, we're stuck in a shitty psychological loop.
And it's playing out across the country in terrible fashion.
Yeah. This is a wonderful conversation.
Yep, yeah.
I feel delighted. Well, how's it like there is, yeah, speaking of the human psyche, like, or the connected human psyche, like everyone's kind of bummed right now. Like that shit happened again. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just one thing after another. It's not a natural disaster, it's us causing a disaster.
Yeah. But that's life, you know?
That's life. That's life.
Uh-huh. Well, sir.
Well, thoughts and prayers go out to all those affected by the most recent shooting and any shooting that's happened recently as well. We sympathize with the victims, and we hope that you can overcome this horribleness in your life and move forward, and hopefully you can make a change to somebody else's perspective, and hopefully we can keep this happening less.
Yeah. And if you see someone like this Cruz kid, like, go talk to him. You know? I talked to the weirdos in high school. They're like those
People
angry
talk to
kids.
me in high school.
Yeah. Well, no, I remember I knew some, like, angry kids, and, like, I would just talk to them sometimes, because I was a weirdo and a loser, too, but, like, I wasn't angry like them, and, like, God, they were fucking angry at shit. But I think just having at least a couple people they can talk to helps them out. So
Definitely.
maybe that's what we should start focusing on. Just talking to each other and being nice to each other. Go smile at the angry kid in high school tomorrow, or at your college campus, or at work.
Or
Go put something good into the world. Don't just be upset. Go make someone happy who needs it. I'm not going to do that. That's not true. That is not true at all.
Smile at someone.
That's not true at all. I see tons of people here at this place and make them happy.
Be nice to people.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us this week.
Thanks for listening. Nice to hear ya.
Nice to hear you. Check out the Instagram, Already There podcast, YouTube, iTunes,
and now Google Play as
Google
well.
Play.
Have
We're
some
all over the
issues,
place.
but we out there. Gang, gang. Pod. Cast.
Good night, everybody.
See you in the future.